Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. It's Kiki. This past week was my 25th birthday, and I tried to be as intentional about it as possible because I don't know. I just felt like when my birthday comes around, I just feel like a certain type of shift is coming, and then right after, because since my birthday is at the end of July, when August comes, I just feel the shift kind of like take place and kind of like take action. I can't explain what it is, but I don't know if it's a spiritual thing or if it's just like an age thing or if that happens with everybody, but I know that happens for me. So I just kept feeling like, okay, it's my 25th birthday, which means I'm 5 years away from turning 30. Let me scoot this camera over because I want to be centered. So I just remember like thinking to myself, I'm about to turn 25. The last thing I want is spend the next 5 years doing the same thing I've been doing, which is bullshit. But while I say that, I also did want to acknowledge the progress I've had made in the first 5 years of my 20s, because I feel like I've come a long way, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, for sure. So I just want to talk about what has passed and what's to come, hopefully. So in my self-love journey video, I talk about how I was in like a very unhealthy relationship, and that kind of like basically pushed me into this whole self-love thing, and it also kind of merged me into into digging into my spirit a bit deeper and just going into my spirituality. And now that I'm 25, which means I'm pretty much in my mid-20s, I just knew that these next 5 years, it was just going to take a lot of hard work, dedication, focus, and just a lot of, it's going to take a whole lot of me being something that I've never been before. I've just been so used to kind of just like living on autopilot, like, and just letting my life pass me by. I've been in isolation for the past 3 years. I've been avoiding all type of like social interaction, communication with outside people and things like that. And I don't know, I just feel like something has been telling me like this is like not the time to do that. This is the time to like get out of that mode and step into everything that you are and everything that you've always wanted to be. That's pretty much my goal for now and pretty much for the rest of my life. I also made it my mission to make sure that I'm doing everything that I've always wanted to do, everything that I've always dreamt of doing, everything that makes me happy. And so one of those things, it's a very small thing, but I think it's big. I've always wanted a promise ring, and I somehow caught myself waiting. It's almost like I was trying to wait until I was in a relationship with somebody to get one. And so for my 25th birthday, I was like, no, I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go to Pandora. I'm gonna get me a promise ring, and I'm gonna like make a promise to myself. So I went and got me a promise ring. Y'all wanna see it? I'm pretty get into it. It's small, it's cute, it's minute, but I love it. And also I I kind of wrote a letter to myself. I saw a lady that I follow on TikTok. She did it. I think she wrote her letter when she was 20, and she wrote a letter to her 30-year-old self. So I was like, I want to do that, but I'm 25, so I thought, why not? I'll read it in 5 years. So I did that, and it was a very just like intimate moment with myself. I'm not gonna lie, it definitely was like a very intimate, like emotional moment with myself, but I enjoyed it. I needed it, and it was important to me. Now, the conversation I had to have with myself, because when my birthday came, my birthday was on a Monday, and I decided to take a whole week off from work just to like, really take time to spend with myself, get away from work, and just really figure out how I wanted the rest of my year to go, and try to set up exactly how I wanted the rest of my life to go. Or let's just say the rest of my 20s, because I'm not really thinking about my 30s, but I'm thinking more so about the rest of my 20s, right? So I had to realize, and I had to really have an honest conversation with myself and let myself know that if I continue to do the things that I've been doing, if I continue to live the life that I've been living, I'm gonna end up right back in the same place 5 years from now when I turn 30. I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna be in the same space, physically, emotionally, mentally. Even though I've made such progress from the age of 20 to 25, if I don't take it a step further and take it up a notch and do a bit more and try even harder and work even harder, I'm gonna just be in the same place I've been when I turn 30. So my conversation with myself was, what do you want? What do you want your daily life to look like? Like, what does it look like for you? What do I want my hobbies to be? What type of exercise do I want to, get into? What do I want my diet to look like on a regular? Like, what is something that I want to just get into on a daily basis? And also, what is something major that I want to work toward? So instead of me coming up with this over the top ass rigorous routine for myself that will almost be impossible to keep up with, I listed a bunch of things that I wanted to get into on a daily basis, and then I just decided that I would just pick one from each category, right? My whole focus is making sure that my mind is right, making sure that my body is right, and making sure that my spirit is taken care of, right? So every day I want to make sure I'm doing something for my mind, my body, and my spirit. So I made a list for each category. So I listed about 8 to 10 things that I can do on a daily basis for my mind, 8 to 10 things for my body, so on and so forth for my spirit, right? And instead of trying to force myself to come up with this routine that starts from 6:30 in the morning and ends at 10 o'clock at night, I just thought, okay, hey, let me just grab 1 or 2 things from each category. And as long as I do those things on a daily basis, I'm good, right? I won't feel guilty. I won't be mad at myself. I won't feel like I'm selling myself short. I will be taken care of. On those lists, of course, there are a few things that I made very mandatory, of course. Like, skincare. When it comes to your body, skincare is mandatory. When it comes to my mind, journaling, praying, and just really expressing myself in some way, making sure that I release my thoughts or release my emotions in some way, that's mandatory for me, for my mind. And then for my spirit, meditating in some way, or I forget what else I wrote down. Meditating, and what else did I say? I have a whole list of things. Hold on, let me go get the board, because let me just show y'all. Okay, so and what I chose for my spirit, that's mandatory for me. It's to meditate in some way, and to also straighten up on a daily basis, right? Because when it comes to our space, like the space that we live in, people don't realize it, but when your space is cluttered, your mind will be cluttered, your spirit will be all over the place, because you feel all over the place because your physical self is all over the place. So it's like cleaning up, putting everything back into place, making sure everything is straightened up. That definitely helps with your spirit times 10. Oftentimes I see people come up with those routines. I don't know if y'all seen them on Pinterest, but they literally list out every single time, like 6:30 wake up, 6:35 write in my journal, 6:45 take a shower, 6:55 brush your teeth. All this, you know what I'm saying? Like all this over the top shit. And while that may work for some people, it's not gonna work for everybody. So this is so random, but this is basically the board I came up with. So this section is mind, this section is body, and this section is soul or spirit, whatever you want to call it, y'all. And I just listed everything that would help benefit my mind in some way, benefit my body, benefit my soul. I have me a good old book that I read. Right now I'm reading The 4 Agreements, which is a damn good book. If you're not ready to be read for filth, you might not want to read that book, because he definitely does take it all the way there. But it's a damn good book, especially if you're somebody who is into like spirituality and really growth and just like, self-development. That's a good book. My body, I definitely have to exercise on a daily basis. And when I say exercise, what works for me is not no extreme workout routine. The girls go to the gym. Don't get me wrong, because I don't want to shade nobody. But if you a girl who goes to the gym, you lift every weight, you on the treadmill for 30 minutes with the incline on 12 and the speed on 3, good for you. But that's not gonna work for me. Not right now, because I know for a fact I'm not gonna be consistent in that, right? But there are different type of exercises. You don't have to always go to the gym. You can dance. You could go for a walk. You can jog. You can do whatever works for you, as long as you get your body moving on a daily basis. And that's what I have to tell myself. Like, as long as I'm up moving for at least 30 minutes and I'm really up moving my body around and get myself back into shape in some way, I'm good. So, but yeah, some form of exercise is definitely mandatory for me. And for my spirit, of course, you can listen to your favorite type of music. You listen to some soft music, or listen to your favorite artist. You can tap into your hobbies. Your hobbies definitely have you meditating in some way, because I feel like meditation ultimately is just about being present and being focusing. Being present and being focused right in that moment. So you don't necessarily have to sit in silence or plug your ears with meditation music. You can meditate in many different ways. And also sitting outside, on the patio, or going outside to the park, sitting in the grass, sitting out in the sun, that also helps your spirit as well. But I just realized, like, every single day I need some sort of structure, and I need something that's going to help benefit my holy trinity in some way. That's what I consider my holy trinity. Mind, body, and soul. It's my holy trinity. When it comes to the future, right? Oftentimes we get so caught up in where we going and how we gonna get there. Sometimes we forget about how far we've come and how far, like how much progress we made. So I also made it my mission to just really sit back and realize the progress I've made, and things that I thought that I would never be able to get past, and I ended up getting past them. So I had to really just thank God for everything that I've been through and getting me to this point where I am right now. When you really think about it, when you really sit and think about how your everyday life goes, you have to really ask yourself, what I do on a daily basis, is it getting me any closer to any goal I have set for myself? Whether I've written the goal down or if I have it up here in my head, is it really getting me anywhere that I want to be? Say you wanna go back to school. I know I've definitely thought about, I have been thinking about going back to school, right? But we can say that all day. But are you going to do what it takes to get yourself back into school? Are you going to go and enroll, apply for, financial aid, apply for the college that you want to go to, and, X, Y, and Z? Or are we just going to sit back and just keep thinking about doing it, but not actually putting in the work to do it? It's like, yeah, I want to get in shape. I want to have this certain type of body. I want a flatter stomach. But are we going to just sit around and think about it? Or are we going to get up and actually do what it is that we need to do? And I promise y'all, whenever I'm talking in these videos, it's really me having a conversation with myself. I'm just recording it. But that's really what I had to sit and talk to myself about. I feel like I haven't really been bullshitting too much, but I could go a bit more harder. You know what I'm saying? As far as, working on the things that I want, working towards my goals and X, Y, and Z, whatever. So I've kind of made my promise to myself that I'm not about to sit and just let life pass me by. I'm not about to let 50% of my day go towards my job that I hate, but I need it to pay my bills. And then the other 50% of my day goes towards scrolling on my phone all fucking day until I fall asleep, and then repeating it on a daily basis. I'm not about to just keep sitting around and just eating whatever I want to eat and thinking I'm not going to suffer the consequences. Like, that metabolism was real cute when I was in high school. It ain't cute now that I'm in my mid-20s. That shit is catching up to me like no other. I can't just let opportunities that I know for a fact I can get pass me by. I can't do it. And majority of the reason why I feel like a lot of us neglect, a lot of us fail to take on these opportunities or go after all of these things that we want simply because we just scared to do so. We're just full of fear. fear is something that has been instilled in everybody in some way, shape, form, or fashion, whether it came from family, friends, higher ups, authorities, whatever the case was. Everybody's got some type of fear about something, whether you want to admit it or not, because it's always that one person that's like, I don't fear nothing, I'm not scared of nothing. Girl, okay, round of applause. But I know for me personally, majority of the reason why I wasn't going after half the things that I wanted is because I was letting fear stop me. I literally was in place for a very long time because I was letting fear hold up that stop sign when I'm the motherfucker with the green light. So what do you mean don't go? Bitch, green means go. You've been living in fear. That has to end. You've been neglecting your Holy Trinity. Excuse me. That has to end. You've got all these goals and all these dreams and all these ideas sitting up here, but you letting them go to waste. That has to end. And sometimes when we go after stuff, we run into roadblocks and we feel like, okay, well, since I run into this roadblock, this obviously either means I'm not supposed to be doing this or I need to just give up. But if we just gonna give up that easy, ain't no point of us going after it anyway. So, and I said that to say because within this past month, I've been having problems with my camera. It's been acting up. So I ain't been able to really just upload how I wanted to because it's been saying the storage is low, but I know for a fact that it's not low. It's just been tripping. I don't know if it's the fucking technology been tripping. Child, I heard Venus in the microwave and I heard Mercury in the microwave. I don't know. It's just been too much shit going on. But long story short, I was about to let that stop me from doing what I wanted to do. And it just went to show like, oh, it takes the smallest obstacle to get in your way for you to be like, okay, I quit. Let me just turn back around and go back to the starting line. Not even knowing that the fucking finish line could be 2 feet away, but this obstacle just got right here and you think it's hard to get, past it. And it's all a mind thing. It's really a mind thing. That's just the conversation I had to have myself, some realizations that I've had. I've had other realizations, but they are another topic for another day, another video for another day. Make sure you're taking care of your Holy Trinity. Whatever your Holy Trinity looks like, honey. Your mind, your body, your soul, the Father, the Son, the Spirit. Whatever that looks like for you. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself in any way that you need. And make sure that you are going after every fucking goal that you set for yourself. Period. You have the goals for a reason. God places our desires on our heart for a reason. It's because He knows that we are the people for the job. God knows that we're the person for it. There's not a coincidence that you want to be a fucking doctor, or you want to be a fucking photographer, you want to be a TV producer, you want to be a comedian, or whatever the case is. That's not a coincidence. Those desires were placed in you for a reason, because you are the person who is supposed to be taking care of these things. You're the guy for it. You're literally the man for the job. I don't know about you, but I know about me. And I'm going after everything that I said I wanted. I'm going to do everything that I said I was going to do. And I'm going to get everything that I know belongs to me any fucking ways. So, cheers to 25. Cheers to 25 and many more. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Until then, bye.